as a YouTuber. It's hilarious. That's a wrap. What is up, dudes? Andrew Penman back with you. Welcome back to Andrew Penman YouTube. Dudes, dudesses, you're here today watching the hill climb test. They're coming to you fast and quick. We got a lot. We got the ASPU board, we got the EBoard, we got the Vestar board today, first cab off the rank. These hill climb tests are the most, in my opinion, they're a little bit, boring and cheesy the way I ride up the hills, but you get to understand that the same 3 hills I use all the time, the same exact angles, and you get to see the Raptor, the Zillboard, we'll see the Boosted soon, Meepos, they all got the same hill, therefore there's no argument, there's no debate about what they're doing, and there's just a consistent approach to facts, evidence, vitometer, and then case closed. The speed up hill 3 is the critical one. That's the one that really points out whether these boards have got performance under torque. A lot of boards perform really well on the flat, but they don't perform that well under hill climb. Now, look, not everyone's a hill climber. Yeah, San Francisco guys, I agree, you'll need a hill climb there, but California, Venice Beach, Japan, parts of London, you don't need hills. That's not an issue, but with my weight, 92 kilos, you are getting a really good basis of a heavy rider on a hill with these boards. So yeah, so if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. You'll see these consistent hill climb tests on all the boards. You'll get an understanding what I'm doing. It's thinking outside the box. I was the first guy to do this, so 4 years ago, and push the envelope for everyone to have to do it now. Unfortunately, sorry, you other YouTube nemesises out there. Okay. Yes. Now, the next point is this board. This board is it's a new board coming out, this shape design, and you've probably seen it now, a few boards, coming out now, companies are starting to make them. You can see it on Alibaba, it looks very similar, but it is not the same board. Okay, I'll put a warning, I don't often do this, but I'll do the warning, that's my alarm. That's a warning, right? Hope it stops, yeah. Okay. Now, the warning is this, they are the same look, the same sort of PU wheels, that's the same hubs, the same sort of generic, pretty much trucks, but where they're different is where you got BMW have outsourced 3M, you got Mercedes outsourced AMG, and Volvo have outsourced Polestar, that's a little blue badge on the Polestars, on the Volvos. They're performance companies who come in and take over performance aspects of any car. Think of that in this way with particularly Vestar board, and a lot of companies are doing this. I'm sure that the other companies are coming out, Meepo or Jack Zoom, they'll come out. What they're doing, and I don't know if the other companies, but certainly for Vestar board, they are actually incorporating a lot of new stuff in here. They're throwing the ESC out, they're throwing the motors out, they're throwing the pulleys out, they're throwing out the bearings, they're changing the whole dynamics. The batteries are also being upgraded completely. So it looks the same, but it's a very different creature. So that's why the price range is a bit different from Alibaba, AliExpress to say Vestar board. This one $929, on special $729 if you are one of my subscribers, but you can check that below. Okay, how does it perform? Well, okay, so far I had it 6 weeks. It's absolutely incredible. I've got an Evolve 1, brand new motors. I've got the $480 tire setup. Unidirectional on the Trampers. I've got the DuPont and alloy rims that are just absolutely beautiful at $500 US. The whole package of the wheels alone are over $1,000. I'm picking this off the wall. I call it my wall of boards. My wall of boards. I pick this all the time lately because it's like riding on butter. These are incredible. We'll go into more detail about these wheels in a minute, but we'll just talk a bit about the actual about the board. So yeah, so this is a great performance board. It's exceeded all expectations that I've had on it, and I just love it. It's just a beautiful. Just a few things that could improve the belt thicknesses, maybe the 16mm apart from the 8 or 9. Where they could also improve the bearings. There's a few issues. Now this is the beta version that I got, which is the one which doesn't have the adjustable brakes on the remote. It doesn't have the adjustable motor mounts, which you don't need. You don't need them. I'll go into detail about it another time. I'm getting to all the comments, guys, so please be patient. I'm doing 15, 20 a night. I've got 400 comments. I will get back to every one of you guys, that's for sure. So you don't need that. I'll explain that later. And if we do meet up in Europe, if the European guys got a lot of subscribers there, want to meet me, we can talk firsthand about all this stuff when I come out. Okay, so that's where we are at with this. The hill climb test today is going to be very interesting. We've got hill climb number 3. We got the leaderboard, which I'll go to now, and you'll see it. That's how it stands at the moment. It's a speed up hill 3, so we're looking at the best speed a board can do up there, and that's some of the leaders at the moment. We'll see how the SUV goes on that particular hill. Now, let's talk a little bit about the wheels. Okay, these honeycomb wheels, as you can see, 6-inch PU. So far, they have been the most exciting find that I didn't find it, the vendor found me, but I have seen them. They've been around for a year. These are insanely supportive, that's the best word. Look, with a pneumatic tyre, you're putting 40 pounds of pressure in those tyres. They're great for a bike where you've got 2 wheels. Where you've got 4 wheels on an electric skateboard, you don't need pneumatic, okay? You need something different because you've got 4 wheels supporting. Like the brand new car, the best car in the world, the Phantom Rolls Royce has come out last week, the Silverback. It comes with now bespoke foam-filled solid tyres for less noise, 9 decibels less sound of them. This is the way the future will go, solid tyres, with the technology of foam and resins and PUs. They'll go that way. So this is an incredible ride. Now, with a pneumatic tyre, you've got 40 pounds of pressure in there. That's tight. When you bounce over a rock or something, or corrugated concrete expansion joints, you're going to feel that because it's 40 pounds. It doesn't go anywhere. It's a tube. It's completely sealed. So you're going to get no relief from that. With this technology, as it flexes on that hole, that goes in like a 20 pounds pressure tyre, really, and the rest of it's fully supported by the sort of 40 pounds pressure field because they're not getting any inertia on that area. So therefore you're getting all that wall stability, you're getting all that pressure, but you're getting the softness on each point that you hit a bump. It's like riding, I said on butter, but it's more like riding on a giant minty, if you know what minties are, a big soft minty. Now you can have a corrugated concrete, you can't feel these. These are my favourite wheels, period. And I made a prediction early on, 6 weeks ago, these were the future. I still say that. I think pneumatic tyres will be dead in 2 years, gone, finished. That's it, over. I still like my Evolve. You get a bit of speed, you get a bit of distance. So there are some downsides to these tyres and negativity, and that would be something like top speeds reduced from 38, 39 down to 36, 37 maybe. Your range will be dropped by 4 or 5 kilometre range, but that's, to me, straight off the bat, that's a kind of a fair trade-off. I would rather have a more supportive wheel into cornering, where these walls do not flex. You can't flex them. When a urethane has the same feel, you more slide with them. These are fully supportive. I went on a corner yesterday on my Evolve. I went into a corner sideways, 37 kilometers an hour, and it just slipped, and the whole wheels I felt flex. I call them pram wheels, these all pneumatics. Don't like them, not a big fan, but this is the happy Goldilocks type thing in between. But enough of that, right? All that's the great idea. That's the idea button, guys. So if you see that, you know what a great idea. Well, I didn't think of these. I wish I had, or they're brilliant. Okay, let's move along. Hill climb test. Let's have a chat about what's happening. Today we got the hill climb test. I'm using the all-terrain 6-inch honeycomb PU wheels on that because I want to give the worst expectation of a hill climb, because these are grippy. They are bitey. And because of that extra grip and that stickiness, they do, as I said, lose a bit of top speed and lose a bit of range. But now Vestar are offering the 10 amp hour battery. I recommend getting that. This gets me 16 kilometer range. The 10 amp will give you a lot more, 24, and that'll be the perfect thing. Only about a kilo heavier for that kind of battery upgrade. Not a big deal. You get the adjustable motor mounts. Don't need that at all. But anyway, you got those, and you're also going to have the braking on the remote, as well as a few more extras. So yeah. Let's go to hill number 1. I've bored you guys enough, but that's probably important information if you're going to buy one, or you're thinking about these, or you're questioning these particular wheels or tyres. I can assure you these are friggin' insane, and if I can get them on the Evolve, I'll take them off the pneumatic trampers, because this is what I love riding now. Okay, hill number 1, we'll go to it now. It's a small hill up here, 9% grade. Let's have a look at it and check it out, and we'll come back in a second. Guys, we're now going to do hill number 1 on the Vestar Board SUV City. These tyres are incredible. They do grip a lot and provide a lot of resistance, so you're not going to get super top speeds on these results, but I will do it with the conversion 83mm wheels to show you what it does. You can show the hill here. It's a little 9% hill, so let's test it out, see what speed we get here. Okay, righto, here we go. There we go. It's pouring along, hitting the hill now. You can hear the wheels. They are 30 kilometers an hour. Pretty impressive. That's a sort of record for these two-wheel drive skateboards. Beautiful. Very impressed with that. To now hill number 2. This is hill number 2 here, pretty steep on the Vestar Board City SUV. Let's go. Okay. These hill climbs take a bit of punch out of the battery after a while. There you go, 27. Pretty good with that. It's pretty impressive on that thing. Wow, amazing, really nice. It's like riding on butter, this thing. It's insane. Loving it. Okay, so that brings us up now to hill number 3. This is the big hill where I usually test the speed up there. We've got a leaderboard. We'll have a look at that when we come back after this run, and we'll see what this SUV does up there. So the leaderboard at the moment has the top board is obviously like the Raptor, then the Zill board, then we got the, I think it's the four-wheel drive Onan, and we got they're all there. So let's go to the field now, have a look at hill number 3 on a brand new full battery 92 kilogram rider, and we'll check it out now. Check it out, hill number 3. Okay, here we are now to the hill climb test on hill number 3 on the Vestar Board SUV with the honeycomb PU wheels. You can see the steepness of this hill now with this car coming down. So we'll give it a go now and see how it goes. Right, ready, set. Here we go, we're off. Now this is only 900 watts per motor, and it's got the honeycomb wheels on, so you're not expecting miracles. What's it, 21, 20, 20, 23, 24 kilometers per hour. It's pretty good for what this is. I'll just do a quick temperature gauge of the motors that I do every time, so you can see what the temperature is. Right, so I'll keep the camera rolling while I take out my temperature thermometer, and we'll just test the motors. As you can see here, I'll get them on the motor. 1, 2, 3. It's 26 degrees. Other motor is 26 degrees. There you go. So that's the hill climb test on the Vestar Board SUV. You'll get a lot more speed on the small 83 street wheel conversion, definitely. But that's not a bad effort. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, thanks for coming back. That was impressive. Okay, 24 kilometers an hour, and it just reached the top of 24 as building speed. So I'm going to call that 24. That's pretty good. It's up there with the other boards. This particular tire, I think with the street wheel in there, the small 83 will do close to 27, like the V1, V2 of its namesake brothers. But for now, with that particular wheel setup, I'm really happy with that. 24 kilometers an hour is pretty quick up there, and it's a pretty decent steep hill. So all in all today, I think this has been a really nice result for this board. I wasn't expecting miracles. It's uber powerful on the flat, and you really got a nice grunt to this thing when you're taking off. And on the hill, it's nice to see it's still there. You've still got that feel of power, and you've still that same feel of bite. So yeah, pretty impressive. So today we'll just go to the leaderboard now and have a look at where this sits now with the actual boards, and we've got the APSU and the AE board coming, and the boosted mini. We've also got the ZIL board coming finally soon, my folding board. We've got you got the Evolve one with the new tramp wheel. So there'll be this shuffling of this leaderboard a lot, so we'll get that moving around, but it gives you an idea what these boards do under enormous stress. Okay, so let's go to the leaderboard right now. Okay, dudes, here is the leaderboard. This is my ranking on the speed of these electric skateboards up hill number 3. Now, hill number 3, 24% grade. It is quite a steep hill, so there's no bullshit, no argument here. It is what it is. The speed up here is a direct reflection on the torque and the kV of the motors, and some boards I think would perform good up here fail, and some that I think would be hopeless really perform well. So it's a good indicator of the torque. There we go. Number 1 at the moment is the Raptor 2.1 inertian. That's not surprising. 39 kilometers per hour. Number 2 position, the silver, is the ZIL board generation 1. It was only on medium speed and half throttle, so I would have done 50 kilometers up there. The new board's coming out. There's some delay on that, but that will obviously take the crown, the gold medal when it comes out. That's 35 kilometers per hour, number 2. And bronze is the Onan X2 4-wheel drive, 29 kilometers per hour. That's really impressive. We're going to remember it's a 6 horsepower, 4,400 watt dual drive, front and back 4-wheel drive. So I've just found the remote problem. I had to solder a loop wire in. That's now working, so I haven't ridden that for 10 months. Finally it's working, so I'll get out on that and give it some stick, and I'll take it to that Killer Hill, Hamburger Hill, whatever we're going to call that big hill near the hospital, and that'll be awesome to test that out. So that's the it's a gold, silver and bronze. Okay, there's the Vestar City SUV honeycomb sitting in 4th place on 24 kilometers per hour. Really impressive. Underneath that, that's Little Brothers V1, V2. That's on 24 kilometers as well. So it's all the same position there. Really, fourth place for both those. You then got the Land Wheel, 22 kilometers per hour. That's a 2,200 watt lithium battery polymer. It's brilliant. There's the X2 standard, 21 kilometers an hour. The Variel V1, 21 kilometers per hour. The Variel V1S, 21. The Coup board generation 2, 20 kilometers an hour, and the Coup wheel version 1.5, which is a big seller in Europe at the moment. It's really still a nice board, 19 kilometers per hour. And then you've got the Coup wheel version 1, the original one, 18 kilometers an hour. You can see there's only a kilometer in that difference of those motor technology over 7 to 8 months improvement. And there's the Team G, not at the bottom because it's not the fastest, but just the hub motors on that are not geared very torquey on a hill, but on the flat they do really well and bitey. So they are 17 kilometers an hour. So impressive with all those so far. So there you go. That's the City SUV honeycomb, 24 kilometers per hour. Brilliant result. So we'll get back to the table, have a chat about that now. Thanks. Okay, there you go. So she's sitting pretty well up there in pretty esteemed company. So really happy with the Vestar board SUV City. Whoa. Today, and it's really impressed me. Certainly has performed better than I expected, and yeah, I'm really happy with this particular board. Okay, so if you're looking at getting one at this point in time, after riding for 700 kilometer range roughly, I've done on this so far, and hasn't missed a beat. It's a bomb. It's absolutely dope. I can thoroughly recommend this board. It's got a nice refined finish. The lights underneath are really nice as well. This thing just has a really nice feel to it. So if you want to get one of these things, I'd recommend, if you're one of my subscribers, you will get this discounted by $200, and that's really not a bad deal. It's pretty good. You know, obviously, I would go for the 10 amp hour battery. That's what I would do, rather than go try and struggle. I mean, this got the other day through the city pretty well. I was pretty happy with what it got, and I think it got 16 kilometers. I was able to get home on the 1 bar, 5 kilometer range. I'm getting that pretty much exact now. On the 1 bar, you'll get 5-6 kilometer range easy. So I'm really impressed. So today's hill climb test for the Vestar City SUV PU 6-inch honeycomb wheels. I will do the street wheel example of the hill climb test to give it a fair comparison. That's 83mm wheels. But today we're looking at a score of 9.7 out of 10. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's the best I can give it, based on the fact that it didn't break any huge records, but it also didn't underperform. So yeah, really nice. So guys, thanks for joining me today for the hill climb test on the SUV City board from Vestar Board. A big shout out to Frank Wong. He's doing some incredible work there in China, and you know, in essence, this is the perfect electric skateboard for all surfaces. But if you're living in a rough area and you're living in really bad roads, or you want to go a bit of off-road, this is the exact board you want. Plus you got, for that price, $729, you've got the street wheel conversion as well, with no need to change gearing, no need to adjust your motor mounts, because the gearing goes straight on, the belts go straight on, so you don't need that aspect, but it's there anyway. Guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. This is Andrew Penman signing off. Happy skating, safe skating. See you with the AE board, but more importantly, the APSU board coming up next, and we'll check you out. Andrew Penman signing off.